Hello, Eastern Region. Welcome back to another episode of our conference conversations leading up to our conference in Providence in just a few short weeks. I am here today with Captain Curran Schenck, who is the conductor of the Soldiers Chorus for the United States Army Field Band. And Captain Schenck and the West Point Glee Club as well will be joining together for a really special concert session Friday during our conference. So, Captain Schenck, welcome to our conference conversations. We're so happy to have you.
I'm so glad to be here today. And we are very much looking forward to this combined concert, this partnership with the West Point Glee Club that we're putting on. As you said, just a few short weeks away. It's hard to believe it's already almost here.
It's almost here. The clock is ticking and we are really ready. So just to let our membership know, these conference conversations, we started this last year to prepare and get kind of jazzed and get to know a lot of the people around the Eastern region who were presenting in Cincinnati at our national conference. And so we're bringing this back to get to know all of you, the conductors for our invited headlining performing choirs. And for those of us who, around the region who might not know you or may not have heard your ensemble before, if you could just let us know about you. Tell us about your background, how you came to choral music, and what your involvement with choral music is right now.
Yeah, great. Happy to do that. So just a little bit about me. I mean, I got my start in music from a very young age. Of course, playing piano and such. I started as a trumpet player in middle school band and in high school band, where I went on to study music education in Florida. Florida State is where I went to school. So I grew up in Florida and I went to university there. And then taught after college, taught high school band and chorus, as well as a number of other great music classes and stuff in the Central Florida area. It was all prior to my time joining the Army, and then in 2010. So I've been in the Army about 14 years now. And in 2010, I joined up again as a trumpet player and served in what we call some of our regional Army bands, our regular Army bands,
Mhm.
and then switched over to being a full-time conductor for the Army in 2019. So
Okay.
about 5 years ago. So that I've been doing full-time conducting now. And one of the really exciting things about being a conductor in the U.S. Army is that we go through a variety of assignments. So we of course work with bands. We have a chamber orchestra, and we have a few professional choruses as well, both including the Army Chorus with Pershing's Own in D.C. and the Soldiers Chorus with the U.S. Army Field Band, which is based out of Fort Meade,
Okay.
Maryland. And
Okay.
so, yeah, it's been a wonder. I've been with the Soldiers Chorus for about a year and a half now, and it's just been a great experience working with them, and a real privilege to work with them and put on concerts all across the country. We just have such a special mix of voices and talents within this chorus. They come from so many different backgrounds. From some have choral education backgrounds, or previous
Okay.
teachers or have studied choral conducting and teaching. Some are instrumentalists themselves who have also come over into professional singing.
Okay.
We have folks who have performed on opera stages all over the world, music
Mhm.
theater stages all over the world. So it's really just this mix of incredible, absolutely incredible talent that we bring together, and it lets us put on such a variety of programs and capabilities, both when we perform as the chorus, as we'll do at this concert in Providence, or when we perform with the band jointly. It just really lets us put on some really special performances. Yeah.
That's so great. You jumped you jumped to my question.
Oh,
Where I
sorry.
was gonna, no, it's good. Where I was gonna ask you to tell us about the ensemble. We it's not necessarily an ensemble that a lot of us come into contact with, and so I was just curious about to tell us about your singers and about your ensemble.
Yeah.
um, and if there's anything in your program that you and they are kind of really excited about sharing.
Yeah, sure. So, to that first point about being in contact with the Soldiers Chorus is, and that's one of the things that I'm most excited about us performing at the Eastern Conference. We're also performing at the Southern Conference in Louisville,
Oh,
just a
great.
couple weeks from now, the week prior to coming up to
That's
Rhode
so
Island.
great.
So I am very excited that we can both introduce this chorus
Mhm.
to the community, to the
Uh,
ACDA community in these regions, and I hope that even through that whether it's choral directors, whether you're in working in public schools, private schools, or elsewhere, that you'll look out for us as we're on the road, because the Soldiers Chorus
yeah.
travels. It varies based on what we have going on in the year, but anywhere from 70 to 80 days out of the year that we're touring
Wow.
coast to coast. So
That's
there's
amazing.
yeah, so there's opportunities to catch us. That we love getting out as we go out on the road to do our evening concerts and stuff. We love during the days being able to go out and connect with schools, and just connect with the community, not
Mhm.
just from the concert stage in a formal sense, but getting to know veterans in the local community, getting to do educational collaborations with student organizations and things like that. So it's a big part of what we love doing. So I hope that this experience for your membership will also be just a little bit sort of learning, sort of who we are and what we can bring to communities. That's the biggest thing that we say we like to do is we like to connect America with its army, and just connecting the American people with their soldiers, sort of giving a human perspective to all of that. And yeah, so you were asking about the program, so I'll share just a
Yeah.
little bit about it. So what I won't give you every piece. You'll have to come check out the
Yeah.
concert
Don't give it all
here,
away,
yeah,
right?
to really see what it's all about. But you are going to get to hear both the combined courses of the West Point Glee Club. So that's the
Mhm.
cadets, yeah, they're students, as well as the Soldiers Course. You hear us combined. You'll also get to hear both of our ensembles individually. So that'll be kind of a special thing. They'll be able to present some of their music, as well as you'll hear some of ours. We've got a commission that'll be presented, and another really unique piece by Tim Takash called "Born for This." I will say that's one
Mhm.
I'm really excited to present here. It's a
Yeah.
three movement work. It's about 17 minutes, and it kind of takes you on this journey from joining the military to being in, the family's perspective of serving in the military, all the way
Mhm.
to leaving, a career of service. It's a really unique piece. It'll feature some
That's so great.
soloists, some of our outstanding soloists. And so that's just one piece that we hope will just kind of give a little window into the life of a soldier, as well as mixing in some other traditional choral repertoire and things that I'm sure will be well known by everybody in attendance there.
That's so great. So how does it feel being a trumpet player and a band person coming into choir world, How honestly, how has that been for you over the past couple years?
I mean, it's been great, and they're just such outstanding professionals. That working with them has been really a true privilege, and they all just bring this high level of talent,
Yeah,
uh, and an incredible work ethic, and just great artistry in everything that they do. So yeah, it's been a great experience.
that's so great. So I have to ask, is this your first ACDA conference?
It will be, yes, and I am super excited to meet
Oh
everyone.
my
Yeah.
goodness. Okay, so buckle your seatbelt. It is the best. It's the best. And there's just so much love at an ACDA conference and joy and excitement, and it's just such a wonderful thing for all of us to be together and to really celebrate the artistry of all of the different kinds of choirs that we're going to be engaging with, not just the choirs, but also all of the, interest sessions and master classes and all of those things.
Yeah.
Um, it's just so exciting to come
And
together and be in this rich diversity of musicianship and artistry. It really is.
yeah, and that's something that I love so much about ACDA is it is not just education or just church
Mhm.
music or community music. It's
Mhm.
really it's the gamut
It
from the
is.
youngest of kids to community choirs to
Yeah.
professional choirs
Yeah.
and to collegiate ensembles in high school. It's everything, and it's just sort of a celebration of singing and what can and how that can unite us and bring us together. I just think that's a special thing about it. So
Yes.
you mentioned the intercessions. I'll plug this as well. It's just that
Sure.
Miss Chase from the West Point Glee Club and I will be presenting a morning intercession.
Oh, yeah.
And what we're going to talk about is just how our two organizations um, strive to connect with the communities as we go out on the road, both from their
Right.
perspective as cadets
Right.
and presenting, the military academy,
Hmm.
and then us as well presenting, the active army and honoring our veterans. Just sharing some of the unique experiences that we have and the ways that we love to connect to the communities where we're performing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I hope everybody can check
Yes,
that out.
thank you for plugging that. I appreciate that. Well, we are so grateful to you, and we're grateful to your choir and your singers and your whole organization just for prioritizing this and for coming to our conference and going to Southern. Oh my gosh, you are going to be you're going to get your fill of ACDA in the next couple of months,
I
and
can't
we are
wait.
so glad. We're so
I
glad.
can't wait. Yeah,
Yep.
we're so excited.
Yeah.
We're honored to be a part of it. We
Thank
hope
you.
everyone will come check out the concert, and
We
look
will.
forward to meet everyone. We're looking forward to hearing other performers as well
Yeah.
while we're there, and just being there in fellowship with everyone. So,
That's so great. Well, thank you for your time. And Eastern Region, Friday, headlining ensembles in the afternoon. And we will see you there. Thank you. Thank you, Captain Shank. We really appreciate it.
all right, thank you, Amanda.
See you soon.